Dr. James Turner grew up in the projects of Lower Manhattan. Coming from a black, laboring class family that struggled, he learned from an early age respect for their strength and resilience, and he carried these values into his work. He later went on to become the director of the nation's first Africana Studies department. How did this happen? Well, in April 1969, black students at Cornell University in Ithaca, New York, took over an administrative building, demanding institutional changes. This was a watershed moment in higher education, and after 36 hours, their takeover ended with the students successful. One of their victories was getting an autonomous department with Afrocentric curriculum. Dr. James Turner had been chosen months before to lead it after the students had heard him speak at Howard University about educating for liberation. At the time, people told him that black people had no culture, no literature, so how could he teach a course? Well, he did a lot more than that. He built a strong academic program that would become the model for departments coast to coast that centered the lived experiences of marginalized peoples. Without black studies, there would be no gay studies, no women's studies, or Latin studies. The impact of Dr. James Turner in this moment in higher education cannot be overstated. To this day, we can still see his influence in our own department. In fact, he coined the term Africana. He ensured its multi and interdisciplinary nature, and he defined our focal points of study as North America, the Caribbean, and Africa. But often overlooked is his wife, Janice Turner, an educator in her own right who was just as influential in affecting change on the campus of Cornell University, as well as in the Ithaca community. This was at a time when there were few black positions at Cornell. She served as an associate dean and mentored pre-med students. Her own children actually went to school in Ithaca, where there were no teachers. She and Dr. Turner made sure that they all went to HBCUs after graduating. But as an active parent in Ithaca, who directed Head Start before Ithaca, she started remedial classes in English and math. She bridged the town and gown divide by inviting students from the college to engage with Ithaca youth recreation programs. And she inspired the Ithaca Equity Report Card. Though they've done a lot, they're still not satisfied. And although they're retired, they're still working, volunteering, having meetings, and serving on boards. James and Janice Turner doing the work to this day.